chance to know who you are anyway. But like, yeah. What's your biggest struggle in school right now? I'm here for 15 minutes in school right now.
Hello.
Hi, Priscilla. How you doing? How's school?
I'm fine. School is fine. Thank God.
Yeah. What level? What course?
200 level biochemistry.
Nice, 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 nice. Do you like it so far?
Oh, it was
Oh my god. You sound like me in 200 level. But I guess. So what part is stressing you out?
I feel AMS at this point. AMS. AMS.
What do you say? AM?
Okay. Yeah, AMS. Like a mathematics course.
Okay, it's a mathematics course. Okay.
Yeah,
And what else?
lots of differentiation,
Oh, I see.
integration.
I see. Is your math background like very strong, or have you been running away from math since you were like younger?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So go on. Can you come again? Okay.
I said, is your math background very strong, or is that like you've been running away from math since you were like in secondary school or so?
Well, if I'm actually being honest, I would
Yeah.
say um I think during okay, let me say during the kind of like junior secondary school days, I didn't like maths that much.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I actually felt that engineering uh, they are good at maths. Of course, you're good at maths in like university, and then the kind of mindset I had was
I didn't hear that.
Ghana.
I did. I missed the last like 20 seconds of what you said.
Okay, I
Chai. Your network seems to be poor wherever you are. Hmm. This one is paining me. Oh.
can you
Try
hear
again.
me?
Sir. I can hear you, but at some point it just like fades away.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I said during my secondary school days, back then, where like maths, but then I actually had this mindset that, people who are going to study engineering,
Yeah.
will actually face maths, yeah, in university, people actually want to study computer
Yeah.
science, and then yeah, and then I felt like, people want to, microbiology, chemistry,
Yeah.
we won't do,
I
we won't
understand
do
that.
that. Like,
I
unfortunately,
understand that.
and then I'm seeing what my eyes, and so I just
That
like,
that that's good. I get. Um, what I would say about that is, um, math is actually it happens whether you know it or not. You get, like in chemistry when you're balancing an equation, you are solving math in a sense. You're just not doing it like in the way math is taught in class. You get to understand the concept of an equation being balanced. Once you say equation, that's math right there. Even in like let's say you have an argument with a friend because they've wronged you. The mathematics of that is that the equation is not balanced. True of us.
yeah, true.
You get so there's math in the whole world. You just don't see it because you're not used to it. You get and the
Yeah,
way schools are organized, they don't like open your mind to see it like this. Instead, they tell you math is a subject. Meanwhile, math is like is everywhere. You get. I said you get.
yeah.
But anyway, pretty much you need to begin to embrace it as a normal part of life. Otherwise, you will like it will continuously hold you back, and it will not make you the biochemist you want to be. I don't know. Where do you want? Do you want to practice biochemistry? Or is your plan
Well,
to?
okay, this is very okay. Now I have to actually tell you a full story. Firstly, I
Yeah.
didn't actually want to.
Chai, I can't hear you. I'm not been able to hear you for like 10 seconds now. Jai. Can you hear me though?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Yeah, I
now.
can hear you
I have
now.
not been able to hear you for like 30 seconds now.
Okay, I said, okay, I'm going to start over again. I said,
Yeah,
I actually studied microbiology, but then,
yeah.
I told my dad about it, but then he was like, oh no, you can't study, microbiology. It's more, I don't like the course. But then, in another way, he didn't want it to look like he's trying to force me.
I get.
I, yeah, I don't want to. I have to like come up with an idea. And then the first idea that actually came up with my mind was like, okay, nothing. But then, the school I took, you know, weren't actually offering nothing. They actually
Oh, I
offering
see.
my that biochemistry. Like,
I
okay, then
see.
research line. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I had to do some research online, and then I got to find out that okay, since if I can get a degree in biochemistry, a good degree in biochemistry, then I
Yeah.
can yeah enter studying. And we have different branches there. So like on the can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said you're hoping that like what you discovered online was that if you get a good degree in microbiology, you'll be able to use that to augment your nursing and then enter into a nursing program.
Uh,
Is that
hello,
correct?
hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I repeated what you said. I don't know if you heard me well.
Yeah, you're actually right. Correct. That's right.
Yeah, I get that. So to sort out the math thing, before I even get to the microbiology thing, to sort out the math thing, first of all, is you have to fall in love with math. You do math whether you know it or not. So once you know that, now my dad, for example, he's told me when he was younger he used to fail math, but that man loves math. He became a civil engineer. You get it's like the things you are afraid of, right? Once you go close to it, you realize it was not so scary after all, or now you understand it more than you thought you did. You get so the thing about math in particular is it's actually math is all about the principle of it. The reason why maybe you get upset or offended when your friend hurts you or whatever is because you have a principle you want to operate with, which is reciprocity. You get with math,
And
once you understand the principle, you can't fail. Do you get math actually make it much easier than like courses like the arts where they need your subjective opinion you get on things. You get in math you can get 100/100, but when it comes to like literature and English and they ask you for a commentary, the person marking may not like your opinion and give you nonsense. You get so it's like math is actually very predictable. So in order to fall in love with it, you have to start from where you notice you have the issue and go to the core of it. So you have to get maybe whether it's textbook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's AI, whatever it is. AI can even teach yourself. You can ask it, okay, I'm having problems with this question. Can you help me break it down and explain to me why I'm supposed to do this at this point? Do you get? And it will. I use Google's AI Bard. If you want to, you can also use ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT is more accurate when it comes to math and programming. But pretty much the it explains to YouTube is also there. There's Khan Academy, but once you go to the nitty gritty of the course or the math or whatever it's there in itself, right? You understand why you take a certain decision. You learn the principle, and you begin to replicate it in other equations. You get once you know the principle of each concept in math, you can't fail. You get like take that one from me. Like you can take it to the bank and cash a check. You get that once you know the principle, you can't fail math. You get so that all you need to learn when you are going into math. Just focus on what is the operating principle here. So about the microbiology thing, if you still love microbiology specifically, all you need to do is find an industry that is budding. You don't need to go into nursing if you don't want to, but if you like it and you're okay into it. But if you find an industry that is buzzing and your parents are just concerned with the fact that you can earn a living from it, And so they look at the state of the country and they're like, they are not sure if there'll be jobs for you. But if you can prove your case to them, you get. I studied civil engineering, but my first job was in technology. You get, which I wanted to study since, and my parents were like, you know what, we think civil engineering is far better for you. I said, no, I went to go and study civil engineering. Before I graduated, I got a job in tech, and they were paying me US dollars. Everybody was quiet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great. Anyway, it's recorded too, so it's become a podcast, and people will be able to hear from. You can hear it back again. So basically, if you find an industry that you know can pay, and you get in there, and even as you're like right now as a student, get in there and show your stuff. Right now, I have a microscope on my desk. I love microbiology. I never studied microbiology self, but I fell in love with it after graduation. Do you get? So it's like, as long as you can find an industry that will pay you, your parents will calm down. Do you get? They just want to be sure that you can take care of yourself. That's their priority. You get? So you don't worry about that. Let me ask Ayo, who is here, what's his own problems in school or how. I have no idea. What's your problem? What's your biggest problem in school, Ayo? Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Well, right now, exams are coming up, and like, I've started reading, but I've not like started reading.
I get you. So your energy is low.
Yeah, not really energy. Just I just came back from my
Yeah.
IT, so it's just like
When I say energy, I mean ginger, vibe, whatever.
oh
You're still slacking off. Yeah, I feel that. I published my book when I was on IT actually. So I just came back to school, and getting back in shape for school was, there's a guy, you're in this channel, there's a guide on how to get back in shape for school. It's a Telegram exclusive. You should check it out. How to get back in shape for school. It just tells you, I don't know, you've already resumed in campus, but there are some things that are there that are still important, even if you are already on campus. It's your mind state. Once you get yourself in the mind, if your exams are soon, when are exams? How many weeks?
No, I just have next week. Then
Next week.
start.
Okay, so it's starting in a few days, pretty much, and you're waiting for fear to motivate you to start reading. There's no way fear will help you pass. You just end up hurting your CGPA more than you want it to. You have to organize yourself and have a routine that allows you to do the things you want to do, including studying. If you are still slacking, of course, you want to play, you want to talk to your friends, know that at a time in your day, you are going to go and study at this time, and go and dedicate yourself to that studying, and make sure you are doing it every time. If you need your friends involved, get them involved. If it's your classmates, you go to their room and go and study with them. Whatever you need to do, you should check out preparing for test and exam. That's chapter 9. There's also chapter 14, but those are on our Instagram bio. I always tell people, pick out one chapter and start with it, right? Once you are convinced, get the whole book, because legitimately, right, your what's it called, your lethargy or inertia towards this studying is because you've been enjoying the freedom of not having to go to class every day, and now you need to get yourself back into that state of mind. So in order to do that successfully, you have to reintegrate yourself gently, but at the same time firmly. You need both. You need both in your lifestyle. So go check out that guide on how to get back in shape for school, right? Just go to the media in this group. You see it. It's kind of blurry, so tap on it and then you see it, or you can scroll up, you still see it anyway. But another thing is, check out one or two chapters. It could be chapter 9, chapter 14. It helps you know what to do to get in state for exams. I also talked about getting support from your friends and setting out time in your day and sticking to it. It's not going to happen magically, and if you wait for fear to move you, you have too much to cover, and you wish you didn't do that. Are you not like tired of having to go through the same process over and over again and not like improve? You get it just reaches a point where you have to say, enough is enough, and let me actually go, and if it's 2 hours, if it's 3 hours or whatever, that you're studying this course. And then there's also in the exam highlights on the Instagram page, this will be recorded anyway and put out hopefully by Sunday, so you should be able to get that. you'll be able to hear it again in case you missed any of my points. But in the exam highlights on my Instagram, there is a reel that gives you a 3-step process for each course. It tells you how to prepare mentally for each course so that you know, okay, I'm this prepared in this number of courses and I'm this level of prepared in this number of courses. So I need to do this and do this so that I can be ready for exams. You get, it's a process I use every semester. You can't miss with it. You get, so you need to do this. I've said like 4 or 5 things. If you dull, it's on you. Do you get? It's literally, it's on you, Ayo. It's not on me. Priscilla is my weakness. She's there. It's on you. So you have to get to work. Start with that guide and move on to the other things. Also get the chapter like I talked about. Anyway, Priscilla, do you have any last things to say? And Ayo, do you have any other feedback concerning what I just said to you?
No, thank you very much.
Please get to work. If you fail, I will cry because my job here is to make sure that you guys succeed. That's what I've made my job. If you win, I've won. So what's the point of you being here if you won't sit up? You get, are you waiting for me to help you sit up? I can't. You're the one that has to. You get, there's nobody who will do it for you. It's you. And it's your name on your degree. So please make me proud. Priscilla, for your math thing, I've told you what to do. You can also try AI. AI should be very helpful in teaching you math, and YouTube as well. Don't be afraid to go down to level 1. Act like you can even talk to your AI and say, explain this concept to me like I'm 12 years old. I do that. I'm almost 30. I do that, and like I do that till today for things I want to learn. You can't outgrow learning. There's always a new thing to learn. So don't be ashamed of telling, and the AI does not care who you are. It just says, okay, I'm happy to explain to you. So go to it, explain this concept to me like I'm 12, explain like I'm 10, explain like I'm 2 to explain it to you. You get, so don't academic success is too easy for you to miss it. You get, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to make sure that you guys see it and grab it and take it for yourself and enjoy it. So yeah, it was nice talking to you guys. Thanks for tuning in to I guess our show today. Hoping to hear good news from you soon. If you have individual problems or still want feedback from this, text me on Instagram. Have a nice evening. I guess it's evening. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.